Imagine your phone lights up, a new message, a name you thought you were finally starting to forget. Maybe it's been weeks or months, and maybe you finally felt like you were beginning to breathe again. Then suddenly, one message, one call, one sentence like, "I've been thinking about you." Something inside you responded instantly, before you could even think, before you could remember all the pain you endured. Something in your core shifted. That response has a name, and what they did has a name too. Once you understand that name, it loses most of its power and authority over you. This is what we call hoovering. In this video, I'm going to reveal how to recognize this trap while it's happening to you in real time. The term is inspired by the famous vacuum brand because that's exactly what's happening. A psychological mechanism designed to suck you back into a relationship you fought so hard to escape. This tactic isn't evidence that the narcissist has changed, it isn't remorse, and it isn't a sudden awakening of love. It is a reaction to a specific threat, the loss of their supply. When you leave, you take something precious from them, your attention, your emotional energy, and their control over your life. Hoovering is their desperate attempt to get it all back. And it works. It works more often than most people want to admit because it is precisely calibrated to your vulnerabilities. They know you well. They know exactly what you want to hear and what you fear most, and they use both against you. The first tactic is the apology that isn't one. It is the most common and the most lethal. They reach out with something that sounds like an apology. "I know I wasn't perfect," or "I realize I hurt you," or "I've been reflecting deeply on my mistakes." Here, you feel something move inside you because this is what you've waited years for, acknowledgement. Finally, they get it. But look closer at the words. "I wasn't perfect" isn't an apology. It's a minimum admission that shields them from facing their actual crimes. "I realize I hurt you" isn't accountability. It's an attempt to make their realization the main event, rather than your pain. A real apology names the behavior, takes unconditional responsibility, and asks for nothing in return. A hoovering apology is designed to open a door, not to close a wound. The second tactic is the crisis. This one is harder because it doesn't just pull on your feelings for them, it pulls on your humanity. They reach out in a crisis. Something terrible happened. They aren't okay. They need you specifically. Perhaps a health scare, a family emergency, or a mental breakdown since you left. Your empathy, which was exploited for so long, responds immediately. How can I not reply? What if something is really wrong? The painful truth is, even if the crisis is real, you are not the solution. You weren't their therapist inside the relationship, and you aren't their emergency contact after you've left. Your compassion is real, but your responsibility to fix them is not. Responding doesn't help them. It teaches them that a crisis is the password that unlocks your door, and they will use it again and again. The third tactic is the memory. A song, a place, an inside joke. "I drove past that restaurant where we first met," or "I heard this song and couldn't stop thinking about you," or "Do you remember when?" This tactic doesn't ask for anything directly. It just plants a seed in your mind, a good memory, a version of them you once loved. It's an invitation to return to the beautiful first chapter while conveniently forgetting the horror stories that followed. The memory is real, but the purpose behind it is fake. The memory is the bait, and the toxic pattern is the truth. When warmth, apologies, and memories don't work, they shift to the fourth tactic, the threat or the guilt. The threat might be direct. "If you don't respond, I'll," or indirect, hinting that your reputation or mutual friends will suffer. The guilt is subtler. "After everything I did for you," or "I never thought you'd abandon me this cruelly." In these moments, remember this: your peace of mind is not a debt you owe to anyone. Your departure was not an abandonment. It was a choice to save yourself. Their inability to accept the end of a relationship is not your emergency. To recognize this trap in real time, ask yourself, does this contact require a decision or a response from me? Is the timing suspicious? Did it come just as I started feeling better? Has this happened before only for the same pattern to repeat? And most importantly, if a friend you loved described this message to you, what would you tell them to do? That last answer is usually the truest. Recognizing hoovering doesn't mean your feelings will vanish instantly. It means you've placed a space between the feeling and the reaction. That pause is everything. It is the difference between a pattern that continues and a pattern that ends forever. You do not owe a response to everyone who knocks on your door. Sometimes silence is the most complete answer you can give. In the next video, we'll talk about trauma bonding, Why do we know all these facts, yet still feel an agonizing pull to go back? Subscribe so you don't miss the answer. Take care of yourself. You deserve peace. Goodbye.